how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 15 of Vlogmas. So today I thought it'd be fun to talk about some of my favorite books that I've received as gifts, not just for Christmas. I put some birthdays and random gifts in here as well because I couldn't remember exactly what I'd gotten for Christmas before, and I'm very excited to talk about all of these with you guys. So before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet already, because I am uploading every single day this month and you're not going to want to miss a single video. But now let's just jump right on into the video. So the first two books I'm going to talk about are actually the same book, and I got them for two different Christmases. So we have Wonder by R.J. Palacio. So Wonder is my favorite book of all time, and I have many editions of it, but these two in particular are very special to me. So first we have this copy, which is my original copy that I ever owned. This is like a special collector's edition. It has extra short stories in here, and it has Choose Kind imprinted into the hardcover. So this was the first copy of Wonder I ever owned. I got it from my grandma for Christmas after I had read it and borrowed it from one of my friends. I finally had my own copy of it, and I love this book so much. And so just knowing that this was my original copy, the first one I ever owned out of my like 4 or 5 editions that I have, just means a lot to me. First copies of books I've ever owned are typically like my favorite, or have a lot of like special meaning to me. So I absolutely adore this copy, and I was super grateful when I got it for Christmas, and it was just like really exciting. And then the second copy that I'm talking about is this one. It is a Barnes & Noble signed copy. This is like from one of their sales or events where they just have like a bunch of signed books, and this is one of the ones that I ended up getting. And obviously this is special to me because it's signed by R.J. Palacio. So it's signed right there, and she has such like a cute little signature. I'm like obsessed with it. This obviously means a lot because it's signed by the author of my favorite book, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to meet R.J. Palacio. She's never gone on like a book tour here or anything as far as I know. I know she goes to like book festivals and stuff, like Peyton has met her at Y'all Fest, but I've never been to a book convention or a book festival, so I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to, or if I'm ever going to meet her. So just knowing that I have this book that has her signature in it just means the absolute world to me, because she gave me this book that means the absolute world to me, and that is just my absolute favorite. And so having this signed, it means a lot. And then of course just having my original copy, because this is like the one that started off my little Wonder collection, and I'm obsessed. So these both make me really happy and have different memories and special meanings attached to them. And the next one was another Christmas gift, and that is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell in the paperback edition. So Julia actually gifted this to me in our Secret Santa a couple years ago. I was so happy when I opened it. So basically a couple years ago they released Fangirl in paperback, and it had these really beautiful green sprayed edges. I don't know if you can tell that they are green. There are some copies that have like a really vibrant green, and some of them are very muted like the one that I have. So there's really no consistency with their sprayed edges, but I like mine. I think it's cute, and it also has a cute fan art on the inside. So we have Kath and Levi here reading Simon Snow books, and then on the back side we have like the whole cast of characters. So this one means a lot to me, one because Julia gifted it to me, and I think it was one of our first years exchanging gifts. I could be wrong, I can't remember. And also I really wanted a copy of Fangirl that I felt comfortable annotating, and this is one that I decided to annotate. So now it's just like full of my annotations. I don't know if I'm going on pages that have annotations, but it's annotated, and I love it because this book just means a lot to me. It deals with anxiety representation, which is really important. I think this was actually the first book I ever read that had anxiety representation in it, and actually made me realize that I had anxiety, because I always knew that I was like anxious and shy, but I didn't know exactly what it was, and I had never read about a character who experienced some of the same things that I was experiencing. I thought I was just kind of like alone in the world, and so this made me feel very seen and kind of made me understand it a bit better. So this book definitely holds a special place in my heart, and I'm super grateful to Julia for being the one to gift it to me. It's just one of my absolute favorite books in my collection for that reason. The next book on this list was another Christmas gift, and that is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. So me and my friends were doing like a Christmas gift exchange, not for the first time, because we'd done like little ones in the prior years that we'd been friends, but this was kind of like the first big year that we'd ever done it, where we bought presents for everybody. And I think we all had jobs at the time. We were able to spend a little bit more money on each other, and this was the year that I went totally ham, and I bought people so many things, and I spent so much money. That was like one of my favorite Christmases. It was just so much fun to be able to see all of the reactions to presents. But my friend gifted me this book, and I'm just so excited because I don't often get books for Christmas. Like I get books from my grandma, and I typically pick those ones out, so there's like no real element of surprise there. And then I sometimes sometimes do a Secret Santa with Julia and Peyton, but I don't often get books for Christmas from like family members, like my immediate family members, or from my friends. I typically just get like gift cards or like other things because people just don't like buying me books for some reason. So just getting a book for Christmas made me feel really happy, and I really wanted this book because it had just come out that year and I hadn't gotten to it yet, and I had just read History's All You Left Me, I believe at the beginning of that year, and so I was just like craving more Adam Silvera. So I was really happy when I opened this and saw that it was They Both Die at the End, and I'm pretty sure I screamed when I opened it or got like really excited or squealed, and then I couldn't stop looking at it for the rest of the day. I was just so happy to own it, and I love things like that. Like I love when I get so excited about a gift that I scream. It happens a lot actually. I literally broke a nail last year opening a present, like severely broke a nail last year. Like it was hurt for like months afterwards. This book just has like a really fun and special Christmas memory attached to it from opening it, and so it'll kind of always be special for that. It's also just a book that I read and adored, which is always nice, and it's absolutely tabbed up. So it's just really nice that I now have that Christmas memory associated with it, but also have good actual reading experiences associated with it. So there's just a lot of good things with this book. These next two books were actually gifted to me by Julia recently, back in September, and one of them was for her graduation. She wanted to give me and Peyton both presents for her graduation to kind of thank us for us being there for her all throughout high school, and then she just sent me another book along with it. So the one that she sent me for her graduation gift to me was a copy of Anne of Green Gables, but she defaced the front of it. I've never gotten a book from somebody where they defaced it for me, and so it just means so much, and there's like special sentimental value behind it. So there's this gorgeous, beautiful little picture of Anne. Oh, she's so cute. And then she wrote a quote up top. It says, "Kindred spirits are not as scarce as I used to think," which is definitely one of my favorite quotes. I don't think she knew that when she did it. She did it because we're friends, we're kindred spirits, but it is one of my favorite quotes from the book. And then on the inside, she typed up this beautiful note that literally made me cry, or almost made me, I think it did make me cry when I first read it and opened up the book, and so now it's like taped in there forever, and so I'm always gonna remember that this book was gifted to me by Julia, and there's like a special beautiful meaning behind it. It's currently like displayed on my shelf because I just love looking at it so much. So this book is just really special because she put time and effort into defacing it and typing up that letter on the inside, and then she sent it to me. So there's just a lot of good feelings with this book, and it reminds me of Julia, and I love Julia with my whole heart. And I want to cry again because I'm an emotional person, it's fine. But I just appreciate this book so much and adore it, and I'm so happy that I have it. So the other book she sent was an arc of The Invisible Life of Addy, LaRue by V. Schwab. So she sent this to me in September. This book did not come out until October, and so I had this book before it came out, and it was one of my most anticipated books of this year, and to have an arc of this book and actually get it before the book came out just meant so much to me. So I was able to read this book early, and I was able to make a reading vlog for it and post it on release day. It was so much fun. Like, it was the coolest thing. It just meant a lot to me in general because she works at a bookstore. She got this book in and immediately like she thought of me and knew that I wanted to read it, and so she like offered to send it to me, which was like crazy. She did not have to do that. She didn't even have to mention to me that they had this arc. I never would have known. So just knowing that she thought of me, asked me if I wanted it, and sent it to me, it just means the absolute world. Like, I just love when people think of me, and so I'm just like, I'm really happy with this. And I read it and I loved it. Now there's like that special attachment to it as well because now I have an arc of a book that I love, and I just think that's so cool. Like, I love having arcs of books that I love. Like, I have Cinder by Marissa Meyer, which is just like the coolest thing, and so to have this, it just means the absolute world to me, and I smile every time I think about it. I had to do like double takes every time I saw it on my shelf after I got it because I couldn't believe that I actually had it in my hands and that I could read it whenever I wanted to. So this book means a lot to me, and I'm super grateful for Julia for sending this to me and for sending me this beautiful defaced copy of Anne of Green Gables. I'm just so grateful. I have the best friends. Oh my god. Okay. And then the last book I'm going to talk about was another Christmas gift. So actually most of these were Christmas gifts. That's good. And that is Stranger Things Worlds Turned Upside Down. This is the official behind the scenes companion. So this is basically a book that's supposed to look like a library copy, which I just adore. Like, the coolest design. And it's kind of all just about the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things. So we have like beautiful pictures in here, information about the seasons and about the characters. There is just so much information in this book, and it was so interesting. So my mom got this for me for Christmas back in 2018, I believe, and it was just like the coolest thing. These are like the only kinds of books my mom really gets me for Christmas, but I just absolutely adore this book. If you love Stranger Things, I definitely recommend picking this book up because it's just so interesting, and I really enjoyed it, and it's like such a cool book to add to my Stranger Things collection because it just looks so cool. Like, they wrapped it to make it look like it was a library book. It's so cool underneath. Oh, and also this has Will's drawing of the Mind Flayer, which is so cool, and I always forget that's there. But like the dust jacket looks all ripped up and battered, and there's like stains all over everything, and it's just so cool. Like, I just think this is one of the coolest books that I own, and I'm so grateful to have it. Definitely one of my favorite gifts. So those are some of my favorite books that I've received as gifts. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below a little present emoji if you've watched till the very end. Subscribe if you've not yet already. I am uploading every single day this month, and you're not going to want to miss it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!